Oh, this is the part that takes forever. Figure I'd do a quick video, just an overview of my sprayer. It's a Demco 500 gallon. Just says model HCP. See, we got the pump in there. And like I say, it's manual controls. Come around to the side, give you a better view of the... Just 3 valves and the gauge. It's kind of simple. I guess that regulator had broke off the handle for the previous guy. I didn't get to do anything with it. This sprayer sat for quite a few years till I bought it. I just bought it off the neighbor who had retired. He upgraded to a crop care Paul B. Zimmerman sprayer, 500 gallon, hydraulic boom, electric controls, auto rate controller. So he picked up a real nice sprayer. So this one was his old one. He used this one for many years, and it sat and sat. And I think what happened, a lot of the fittings had, I don't know, I can't say they dried out, but the first time I put water in and tested it, I had water squirting out of everywhere. So I had to take it apart and put sealant on all the threads. So that's what I was doing early in the spring. We have a shut off here. Like I say, we have a quick fill, but it's not quite the right size. I still have to change that. There's a shut off down here. That does work, I think. So he just added another regulator here, and then he's got this ratchet thing. This I don't like. I don't like any metal on a sprayer, any metal fittings, just on account of the nitrogen going through it. You can see what the nitrogen did already. Got the inline filter up here. Tank is still no leaks in it, but it's starting to get pretty weathered. He had it sitting outside. I like the walking tandems, like I had said in a previous video. I can haul 500 gallon of nitrogen on a 60 horsepower tractor, no problem. No issues with the drawbar, no issues going up or down or along the hills. A lot of the weight is on these 2 wheels, and I'm very happy for that. The boom, it's a manual boom. It's not in the best of shape, but it it's not welded anywhere, so he didn't break it or anything like that. It has one ski out here. It's a 45-foot boom, and along the hills sometimes your boom wants to dig into the ground on the lower side, so we got a ski on there. I upgraded. I bought all new tips this spring for it, and like I say, it does have suspension. I used to have a Century, a 300 gallon Century, and that was just a straight square channel boom, no suspension, and I was constantly breaking and constantly welding. Then my neighbor had wanted a Junker sprayer that had a fairly good Hardy boom on it that I bought, and I put it on the Century, and the Hardy boom was okay, but again, no suspension. But what it did have, it had a pin you could take out of the center to let it pivot along the hillside. So this just has a spring and a shock absorber. These here you have to put out on the booms, these ropes with the bungees, or else the brakes are pretty well wore. And if you go downhill, sometimes your 2 booms want to swing forward or back depending on which way. So this rope system or whatever he came up with, it's not the best, but it does work. And I stuck a new toolbox on. The old one was rotted through, so it's not fancy by any means. But the pump is real good, and it makes real good pressure. I mean, I could turn the pressure of this just about anywhere I want it. He did put a new PTO shaft on. I'm very happy to have that. And one thing I don't like about it, it only has one agitator. When you're agitating, it's only up here. It's a long way back till it gets mixed. Suppose I could change it, but I'm not sure. Not sure how much I want to put into it yet. It did all my spring burn down. It did all the top dress and the nitrogen. Did all the hay fields. I'm actually going to do some of the hay fields again. The mare's tail came back, and for second cutting it was pretty wicked. And I'm going the full rate of 2,4-D, and a couple little extras in there to help it out. At this point, I haven't decided which hay fields I want to turn into cornfields, so I don't really care if it does stunt the grass or kill the grass. It's a good experiment. I've never gone full rate with 2,4-D and some of these other sprays, so this time of the year I might get a third cutting and I might not. It all depends. We're at the end of August, September. It'll still keep growing, but are you going to get the days to make the hay? Most times we only get 2 cuttings for orchard grass. Alfalfa might get 3. I don't know what he did here. It looks like it tore the whole hitch off. It's welded and welded and welded. You see how high that is? I don't know what happened there, but it's holding. So it handles pretty well. Now, one disadvantage with the tandems is you do drive some more corn down. You got 4 wheels back here plus the 4 on the tractor. So you got 8 tires running through the cornfield. But it's not too big of a deal. At least not really. It is what it is. Has these 2 channels here to support the boom. The one side is bent. That's why it looks like the boom is falling off a little bit here. Like I say, we sold Hardy sprayers. I do like them. I just don't like getting nickel and dimed on the parts, especially because here in Pennsylvania, Crop Care has a real strong presence. There's quite a few dealers that sell Crop Care, and they use the T-Jet, and I like T-Jet just because of the price. It's not very expensive, and a lot of that stuff you can just order online in a couple days at UPS is here. So it's a little windy today. Maybe later on tonight, if it's not as windy, I want to try to hit some of these hay fields again, because that mare's tail is just taking over. It's just spreading. It's getting in everywhere, and if I don't do something and start getting nasty with it, it's just going to take over everything, and my yields are just going to be terrible. So I want to try to deal with that now. It's grown back quite a bit now, so it's still small. It's still in the window when you can spray it, but I'm going to try to take care of it maybe tonight. So thanks for watching.